I woke up to these Facebook notifications from some guy I did not know saying, yo, your boyfriend's cheating on you. I'm like, what? So I'm like, he ain't gonna cheat on me. So I just did not believe it. He's like, I got evidence if you don't believe me. I'm like, okay, you don't have to send that evidence. He is the very recent ex of Thot. So they had just broken up because he found out what he's about to tell me. He's like, yo, they're cheating together. We're both being cheated on by them two being together. I was like, oh. What's up, idols? It's Cece Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all got y'all tea ready. Make sure it's hot, because we got a good one for y'all today. So this is actually one of those story times I've been meaning to talk to you guys about for a while. Like, I actually don't know why I put it off so long. And it's funny because today is actually my mom's birthday. It's March 7th. Happy birthday, mommy. And this guy who cheated on me that I'm about to tell you guys about in this story time, his birthday is also March 7th. So happy birthday, you f***ing cheater. So yeah, this story time is just gonna be about the first and so far only time that I've been cheated on. And it's not really to say much because I've only had a handful of boyfriends, but yeah. So this was back in 2012. I was a freshman at Rutgers University. Go Rutgers in New Jersey. So I'm 19 and the rest of my peers were 18 because I took like a gap year right after high school. Honestly, I don't really remember that much about how we met. I do remember Hurricane Sandy. It was pretty bad that year. I don't know if you guys are in the northeast of the US, but if you're not familiar, it devastated the Jersey Shore. It flooded New York City, and then trees were down, power was out. It was pretty bad. So they have all the freshmen in like a freshman dorm, and I remember from my view, I could see like Newark, New Jersey, like the skyline, if you want to call it a skyline. And it was creepy because it was very apocalyptic. Like, the lights went out. Like, you could just, it was rainy and windy, and all you could see was like the silhouette of buildings. That was really spooky. In the freshman dorms, I think all of the rooms were the same, where they had 6 people live in the dorm, and there were 3 rooms and 2 people to a room. So I had 5 other suite mates, but I had 1 roommate, if that makes sense. My roommate is a New Jersey native, so she just went home to be with her family and everything. I was an out-of-state student, so for me to go home, I'd have to catch like a train ride or have somebody come get me from my home in Maryland. Everybody else in the suite, with the exception of one foreign exchange student, she was from China, she stayed there too, but she kept to herself. Like, she wasn't like mean or anything, she just kind of was very reserved to herself. So all the dorm rooms go dark. Now luckily, and for some reason, the hallway lights are still on. They were powered by the generator. The RAs, they all had like flashlights for us so we wouldn't be in our dorm rooms in the dark. But everybody was kind of like partying in the hallway and chilling and like, hey, this is where the lights at. Like, it was really funny. So my friends who lived a few floors above me were like, hey, you should come over and bring your laptop. Like, we're taking turns watching movies until our laptops die. Luckily, a few of my friends had like DVDs, and we watched like Rugrats in Paris, Wild Thornberrys, and we just 90s kids, you know? So the first room that I was invited to, we're teenagers, right? And then the lights are out, so everybody was trying to be freaky. Playing like Devil's Advocate, which I had never heard of. Truth or Dare and all this stuff. I'm sitting in the corner like, nope. So my friend's like, hey, yeah, come back to our room, we're watching DVDs and stuff. So I went back up there, and by the time I got there though, they had like the flashlight shining on the ceiling, so like the room was pretty illuminated. And then we just started laying down, talking and getting to know each other and playing like Never Have I Ever, which I never do nothing, so I kept winning and it got boring. So then we just started to just talk a bit, and there was this guy. If you guys saw my meet my ex-boyfriend video, this is like after I realized, you know, mutual feelings weren't there, and I was like trying to move on and heal my heart a little bit. One of the reasons I liked him is when we were playing Never Have I Ever, he revealed that he was also a virgin, which was refreshing to me because I had already had so many like advances of people who clearly only wanted to hook up. And they were talking about like the lights being out and everything, and it had come out. Okay, to say I'm scared of the dark is kind of a stretch, but I don't really like the dark. Like, I can't sleep in dark and quiet. We kind of talked about that. He was like teasing me a little bit, like, how you scared of the dark? Like, we're all adults here. And it's funny because when I first met him, I thought he was black because he was like Wesley Snipes dark. And it's funny because he hated when people called him Asian, because depending on where you're from, Indian people are called Asians. It's just a reason. Because in the States, I don't think we really refer to them that way, but I know like after watching British shows, they call that region of the world Asian. And he also hated when people thought he was black, so racist? One of the things we started to talk about, this was 2012, so this was right after the Giants beat the Patriots, and if there's one thing I want y'all to know about me is how much I hate the Patriots. The next day, power's still out, but the storm had passed, so like, you know, you can see the damage. It's still a little windy, it's cloudy, but like the power's still out, trees are down. Few people had cell service. I have Verizon, so them bars was there. People kept asking to use my phone to call their parents and make arrangements to go home and everything, because we were told you might have to try and go home because we don't know how long the power is going to be out. Even in the dining hall, they had these like little ghetto burners to try and feed. I'm getting off topic. Okay, the boys invited us to watch them play flag football in front of like a popular like courtyard area. So we watched them play flag football. We're all, you know, trying to make arrangements to go home. Suddenly the power comes back on, so we're like, oh yay, yay, we can stay on campus or whatever. So then we exchanged Facebooks. I don't remember how, but I do know at some point we exchanged Facebooks and we started to talk there. Don't remember how we even started to date. I don't remember when we started to date. One day they were playing beer pong. This is when I found out I was allergic to beer, so that was karma. I ended up sucking at beer pong, broke out in hives, and he tried to like help me get advice and everything. And I was scared to tell my mom because I was 19 and drinking. She was like, oh, so you drinking on campus, huh? She was like, just take a Benadryl. If it goes away, then we know you're allergic to whatever's in that beer. Took a Benadryl, it went away. And he was trying to like, you know, comfort me and like, oh, you didn't get in trouble, did you? And all that stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to ask you guys if you're enjoying the video, if you like these story times, if you like Korean content, if you like my low budget makeup looks, hair reviews, anything that I've done so far on this channel, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. I know it feels weird to ask for people to subscribe, but I've gotten a few comments from people saying, oh my god, I just realized after all this time I wasn't subscribed to you. So if you guys could take a little detour and check this, make sure that button is hit and the little bell, and it means a lot and it helps me so much. So after a while, like, we're starting to get like flirty, I guess, and even his friends, mind you, these were his friends, who were like, so you and him, like, how'd that happen? What's up with that? And I'm like, what do you mean? It was like, well, you know, that's my homie, I ain't trying to dog him out, but you know, he ain't like the best looking dude. I'm like, dang, like that's supposed to be y'all friend. So I'm all like in my head, I'm like, I don't know, he's like such a nice guy, like we just get along so well. That did not last long. And these same friends were trying to like talk to me as soon as we broke up, but I digress, I'll get into that a little bit later. You know, I would like go over to his room and we'd like watch The Simpsons together, or talk about, oh, it was also football season, so I'm pretty sure we watched football. And this was also the same year that the Ravens went on to win the Super Bowl for the second time, so it was a good year for me. And he had this lady, this girlfriend, like she was a childhood friend, and I didn't want to be that girlfriend that's like, who is she? Not while I'm here. Like, I didn't want to be that stereotypical possessive girl, jealous, you know what I mean? Like, that's not me and that's not a good look. I also didn't feel that way about her. Like, I wasn't really worried. I'm not one of those that doesn't like when my boyfriend has girlfriends. Like, I don't really care. That's where like the trust comes in. Like, if you feel like you don't trust somebody enough to be around someone of the opposite gender, then maybe y'all shouldn't be together. This girl, she was very petite. Like, she was like 5'1", 5'2", maybe 85 pounds. Like, she was very small, and she was so nice to me. Like, she was like, oh my god, like she always had a compliment. I love your highlights, I love your, oh my god, I love that sweatshirt, we should hang out. She was so nice. And I remember being so confused because so many people would like bag on this girl, like talk about her. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like the nicest person. We'll get into her true side a bit later. So yeah, whenever I would like suddenly visit him, like I wouldn't really, hey, I'm coming over. Sometimes I would just drop by, and if she was there, she would just dip. Like, she would leave so quick, and I'm just like, bye. Like, that was weird. At the time, I saw it as her trying to like respect our relationship and just, you know, be ghost when I was around. But I think now there was clearly something else going on. So then I remember this one time, like, we had like a campus shuttle to take us to the grocery store to like ShopRite or Walmart or whatever we needed, like once or twice a week. When you're a freshman, you probably tend to go home on the weekends more often than you wouldn't. I could not go home on the weekends because I was a couple hours from home. So his parents were dropping him off and I was about to catch the shuttle with my friends. His parents were there and I'm like, oh, hi to him, waiting for him to introduce me. Like, oh, this is my girlfriend, Isis. Nope. He introduced me as his friend. I'm like, oh, I'm just your friend. Oh, okay. All right. And then when I asked him about it, he was like, well, you know, Indian parents are a little more conservative. Da, da, da. So I'm like, word, that's how you feel? And ever since then, I'm very like particular about being with someone. Like, I can't be with you if your parents refuse to accept me because I'm not like you. Like, that's the most ignorant reason to not like somebody. So let's fast forward to winter break. Like, you know, we did stuff together. We went to like the winter ball and Fabulous came and performed. We went to watch the Rockefeller tree lighting, which was really cool because his friend was able to get us VIP passes. It was freezing in New York, but it was a good experience for someone, you know, first holiday season with a boyfriend in like ever, and you know, being all booed up. It was nice. Like, it was really nice. So I remember going home for winter break. Freshmen had to go home for winter break because the dining hall is closed, so you have to make arrangements to go home. And like I said before in my meet my ex-boyfriend video, I am very out of sight, out of mind. I don't know why I get like this. If I don't see you or talk to you when I want or as much as we have been, then I start to like not think about you as much. Maybe I should talk to Dr. Shaw. I don't know why I'm like this. I really don't. Like, I can be all booed up and lovey-dovey, and as soon as like a week goes by of us not really hanging out or talking as much, then I'm just like, meh, whatever. So then I'm getting, you know, good morning, babe, which is a very normal response. Like, I'm not mad at that. It's just the same messages for those 3 weeks I was back home. Just, what are you doing? What are you up to? Good morning. Did you sleep well? I'm just like, bruh. I fully acknowledge that this is like really a major point of where our relationship started to turn because we were away from each other and I got more distant. I fully acknowledge that. But don't cheat on me, dump me, bruh. Like, that's so disrespectful. I worked at a restaurant and they let me come back for winter break, so it was only like 3 weeks. So it was a baby check, but it kept I was busy. I was doing stuff. I wasn't just home. I also had to work. So I get back to campus, and this was the same day that the Ravens played the Patriots in the postseason. And I remember we won like 27-14 or something. It wasn't even close. So I was in a good mood. I was happy. I was like, we going to the Super Bowl. Like, I was happy. And we did, you know, we watched the game together, and then he was cheering my team on because plus we both hate the Patriots. You know, things are good. And this is, mind you, this is like the end of January. So our relationship ended February 17th, so ain't that much longer. Valentine's Day rolls around, and I think it was either a Thursday or a Friday because I remember my roommate wanted to go to Frat Row to drink. So it might have been Thursday or Friday. We just started celebrating Thursday. She was single and she wanted to go, but she didn't want to go alone. And my boyfriend didn't make no plans. So I was like, I'll go with you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and do nothing. To his credit, he did give me flowers, my favorite white chocolate Hershey bar, and a Ravens like cup. So that was nice. You know, I wasn't mad, but he got mad at me because I went with my roommate, but he didn't have any plans. I was like, is there anything? I first asked him, I was like, is there anything you wanted to do today? It's Valentine's Day. He's like, no, I just figured we'd just chill. I'm like, that's boring. So I wanted to drink a little something. So me and my friend went to Frat Row and we hung out with my friends and everything. We got invited to like a Valentine's Day party. It was fun. And he was mad at me for going, but we kind of reconciled after my friend got really drunk, and I know through hanging out with him how drunk his suite mates got, so I knew he'd know what to do. So I was like, hey, she's drunk, I don't know what to do. I'm scared to try and bring her past security to get upstairs. And you know, he helped me control her, put her on her side, prepare a bucket just in case. But she got really drunk and started to like break down a bit about like her insecurities and her size and how she couldn't find a boy. And it made me cry. Like, I'm not trying to spill nobody's beans except for this that I'm talking about, the story time. He comforted me. He's like, oh, it's okay. Like, you know, everybody has their insecurities, and he was just trying to cheer me up. Now, my roommate was snoring because she was drunk. And she also had sleep apnea, so sometimes she would wake up and just, and I'm a very light sleeper. It is very annoying. A feather could drop and I'd be like, what? I'm a light sleeper. So honestly, while we were together, most of the time I did sleep in his dorm with him. We never did nothing because, for one, there's a ton of other people around us, and two, we just were not there yet. Like, we'd only been together for like 2.5 months. Yeah, I went to his dorm to sleep, you know, everything was fine, but mind you, this is only February 14th and we broke up on the 17th, so let me get to what caused this to end. 'Twas a Sunday morning. I woke up to these Facebook notifications from some guy I did not know saying, yo, your boyfriend's cheating on you. I'm like, what? First of all, look, I'm not used to like guy attention, especially not in high school. Like, I did start to get more like, hey, we should hang out, or you're cute, when I was like a senior in high school, but even that was new to me. So I don't think like I'm like the best looking thing. Like, I know I'm a pretty girl. We're all pretty girls. We should know that we're pretty and acknowledge that. Self-love is important. Given me and him, I was like, he wouldn't cheat on me. Like, even his friends are dogging him out like, yo, he ain't that handsome. Like, what is it about him? Like, why y'all together? So I was like, he ain't gonna cheat on me. So I just did not believe it. He was like, I got evidence if you don't believe me. I'm like, okay, you gonna have to send that evidence because I don't believe you. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna show y'all these screenshots. Y'all about to see them in a minute. And I am a bit rude and snarky because I just woke up and you're telling me my boyfriend's cheating on me. I'm blurring out their names. I'm not trying to put nobody specifically on blast. The people who know me, who went to college with me, know who I'm talking about. He knew me, but I didn't know him. So he told me, I'm trying not to use names, so it gets kind of hard when I'm just using pronouns. Okay, we'll call my ex Cheater from now on. He's Cheater. And we'll call the girl Thot. So Cheater, Thot, and the whistleblower. So the whistleblower is the guy who sent me the messages. Cheater is the asshole, and Thot is the girl. Clear? Got it. The whistleblower sent me screenshots of Thot and Cheater talking, like this conversation they had about how he was gonna break up with me, talking about hickeys they gave each other. Cheater said his heart belonged with Thot, so that was proof enough. I'm like, all right, say no more, I got it. But whistleblower had all this information because he is the very recent ex of Thot. So they had just broken up because he found out what he's about to tell me. He's like, yo, they're cheating together. We're both being cheated on by them two being together. I was like, oh. I didn't even say nothing I didn't, you know, text Cheater good morning or nothing. I literally just sent him the screenshots. Wake up to that shit. So he messaged me back like, what's this? I'm like, oh, you playing dumb now? You don't know your name? You forgot your name? That's you, bro. These are screenshots. What do they look like? So this dude tried to tell me, oh, well, whistleblower is a computer science major, so he probably just faked those. Like, now you insulting my intelligence. You really think I'm that dumb? So I didn't let him explain anything. There was nothing left to explain. Like, it was pretty clear there, you know, what the situation was. So I said, well, you said I literally said, you said your heart belonged with her, so go be with her. And this is, you know, 2013, so this is when your Facebook status was everything. So I could not wait to change my status back to single. And, you know, people are flooding in like, yo, y'all broke up, that was crazy. What happened? Like, oh my God, no, what's wrong? I could not wait because he messaged me. He's like, yo, we should talk about this, and tried to call me. I'm not gonna lie, I was hurt because I felt so dumb. Like, I'd rather be dumped than cheated on, especially by him. Like, dump me, don't cheat on me. Like, oh my God. Like, I have a very strict one and done rule. If you cheat on me once, we're breaking up, because I'm not gonna add stress to my life wondering if every time you say you're at work or at class or with your friend, if you're really doing that. Like, I'm gonna be like, he probably with that girl again. I don't need that in my life. If you cheat on me once, we're done. Like, his friends were like, dang, yo, how he messed that up? And like, funny thing is, a few weeks after we broke up, they started to date. So clearly there was something going on. Don't try and deny it. And I don't know if this is just me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I thought it was weird because for Christmas, he got me these really cute boots. I loved them. And I got him this bomb ass pea coat because his coat wasn't the best. And, you know, you gotta have some style. Like, I'm not, you know, no fashionista, but I try. So I want my dude to try or look like he's trying to. So I bought him this really nice pea coat from Macy's. After we broke up, he still wore this pea coat, like, while he's with this girl. Now, call me crazy, but I don't want my current wearing something from an ex. Like, is that weird to me? I wouldn't want to be with a boy who's like, oh yeah, you like this sweatshirt? My ex-girl got it for me. Like, burn that. Like, no. So even though those boots were really cute, I ended up having to throw them out. I wasn't gonna wear that. I didn't need that reminder in my life. And to make all this even funnier, a lot of his friends were like commenting on my status and messaging him like, yo, how you messed that up? What happened? Oh my God. This is what I'm proud of my petty. He tried to tell everybody, our mutual friends included, that we broke up because he realized he liked Thot more. Now, mind you, I got these screenshots. I'm like, oh really? Is that how it happened? You realized you liked her more than me? Pause while I petty. So I took those screenshots from those text messages that Cheater had exchanged with me because he wanted to work this out and talk about it in person first. So I posted them on Facebook, and I'm very proud of my petty. Like, you're not gonna play me, but you can play yourself.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So mind you, a few weeks later, like I said, they're dating now, officially dating together, and his friends were already like trying to get at me like, yo, so you got any plans for spring break, or what you doing? Like, you know, you real cute and I always thought you was cool. It's cool that you like football and everything. And I'm like, Y'all are his friends. Like, that is so trifling. There's no guy code anymore. And one of his friends who was in the fraternity, first of all, stay away from the frat boys. Not interested. So he didn't know that. He was like, yo, I got this frat party we got to throw and I need a date. Like, what you doing? I'm like, you're his friend. Like, I had more respect for guy code than they did. So, you know, that was it. We didn't really talk. And then the following semester, me and Thot lived on the same floor. Because when you're a freshman, you got to live in the same low budget dorm. Your third semester, you can like bump up to some of the bigger, nicer dorms. So we had like only 4 people to a room. So we had more space. We had bigger windows. We had a view of New York City. It was great. And you know, when the semester starts, the RA gathers everybody, goes over the rules and everything. You can meet your floor mates. And Thot lived on the same floor as me. And it's funny because like the hall it was shaped like a giant boomerang. Like, I don't want to say like an L. Okay, maybe more like a greater than or less than symbol. So she was actually all the way on the other end and I was like on the other side. And in the middle, it was like where the elevator and the common room met. So we didn't see each other that often except for like the elevator. And every time she saw me, she would turn and like walk the other way. I'm like, girl, calm down. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not mad. It is what it is. I honestly, like I said, I already knew things were different with us. Just dump me. Do not cheat on me. So like maybe the guilt and Thot realized she was thotting. I don't know. So I blocked him on Facebook. I don't think he ever had an Instagram, or if he did, I didn't know while we were together. So years later, I mean, they were together for like 2 years, I think, and then they broke up. And our mutual friends were like, yo, they just broke up. I'm like, I don't care. Like, why are you telling me? This was while I was still in Korea, and I get a message on Snapchat like, oh, where are you in Korea? That's what's up. I'm like, we not friends. Don't talk to me. We not cool. Bye. And I waited for him to see the message, and then I blocked him. So yeah, that was the story of the first time, and so far only time, that I was cheated on. I don't know why I didn't tell you guys this story sooner. So yeah, like I said, I like doing story time videos because all I gotta do is tell you about what happened. Like, I don't have to worry about misrepresenting information or making sure information's relevant or making sure I'm not offending anybody, because it's just a story time. So I just gotta tell you about what happened. Like, it is what it is. And a lot of the times when I tell my friends and new people that I meet about these stories, they're like, you gotta write a book. Like, I cannot make this stuff up. And it was even funny because a few weeks after the whistleblower sent me those screenshots and I told him how I broke up with Cheater, he tried to get at me. He's like, oh, what's your major? We should hang out. You're really pretty. I can't believe Cheater messed that up and you're so cool and you're nice. And I'm like, thank you. Pause on the relationships for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching if you did. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Annyeong.